March 27th, 2020. A lot of people saying Bitcoin prices are going to crash down to 3K and lower. Lots of people saying that all this cash infusion from the United States government is going to turn into gold, silver, and Bitcoin. As you know, I've already picked this out as one of the 3 times that we've had a pillar bottom in Bitcoin, and I think this is going to hold, and there's going to be a lot of sideways pain in the meantime. Before we get into today's episode, I invite you to head over to intro-to-cryptos.ca and watch this 8-minute video that explains our 1-year Pro Alerts deal, including the diversified automated bots that I'll explain at the end of the video. Okay, let's jump into the episode. The weekly relative strength index is holding up, but we're coming up to some really key support and resistance levels in the relative strength index as well as in the price levels. On the daily time frame, the first thing my eye looks for is this bounce, where on the downtrend we should see this coming up to these areas and then smashing back. So every time it comes up, then it hammers down. Every time it comes up, it hammers down. So as we're getting this up trend in the relative strength index, when it breaks, it's usually a bearish sign. On the other side, if we have this and it breaks, then we are going up. So these trends in the relative strength index are really important, especially when we're coming up to the mid-level here. If we break above the mid-level, this is going to be very bullish, and we're going to stage up significantly higher, or we could get a wicked mean reversion in prices, and that's what I'm betting on. On the 12-hour time frame, we can see our trend line is coming to a triangle top right at key levels. Really important. It gives us a clean spot to make a decision. And on the 4-hour time frame, we see this trend line, we see the point of the triangle. So as the relative strength index is breaking one way or the other, it's going to confirm what we're doing here in this super tight price level. As we zoom into the closer time frames, it's not giving me as much clarity. Let's go on to the on-balance volume. Because if Bitcoin as a project is actually changing the world's money supply, then all of this money should turn into trading volume here. And we don't see it. It's going down and down and down. We have big reversal candles on top, which means that as we get up here, people are selling as much as they can. Enthusiasm gets the price up there, but people are actually selling all they can. And we are not getting a big churn of volume of Bitcoin trading going on right now. With the world economy suffering the way it is, this project may just get the value bled right out of it because people need to feed themselves. I also want to point out that this exponential moving average is also just about to cross over on the weekly time frame. Even if we're going sideways, we are not going into a bull phase. As we go into the daily time frame, here's some volume that might be coming in to save the day. And this might happen. We could see a lot of selling volume still come in. We have a lot of sideways likely to go through. But the volume coming in out of this bottom is very different than what we had out of this bottom. So that volume response after this bottom is more important to me. And I think that, I might be wrong, but cryptocurrency prices are manipulated. I might be wrong. And if they are manipulated, then everybody's going to be as bullish as can be when this starts to break out. And we are going to get our asses handed to us as prices break down below everybody's stop losses and go sideways for a bit longer before we actually have the big move up. I don't know how long this will be, but I am more betting on this to be a real sore spot for everybody who's holding real Bitcoin and trading it versus those people who are using futures markets and just selling it short. Anyway, I could be a conspiracy theorist. Let's zoom in on the 12-hour time frame. I see less volume coming in across this top. Good, strong volume, better than we had up here. I like that part. But that it's fading off, I want to pay attention to. Let's zoom in. The 4-hour time frame is got fading off volume. So any kind of breakout here, it feels to me like we're just going to get wrecked here. It still feels like the setup. So here we are again. We're getting that volume coming off the top. So when this comes off the top here and we see the volume changing, I'm skeptical. It could be a time to have a little bit of a position. We are making the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. We did come back to retest that number 2 point of the bottom formation. This is a buy signal. But we're also looking at the buy signal on the 4-hour time frame. And the 4-hour exponential moving average and the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation is notorious for becoming a mean reversion down to the number 3 point, and then after that prices level out for a little bit and they start to go up, and it turns out to be right where the 12-hour exponential moving average crosses over. And this is the more verified, the more trusted signal. So let's zoom in on this now and see how this turns out. On the weekly Ichimoku Cloud Index, we've got negative volume. We've got, it's all looking pretty negative here on the weekly. Let's go into the daily. Daily time frame is negative, but the blue line is coming up to cross above. That would be bullish if it was to cross above and we held. Now on the 12-hour time frame, the blue line has crossed above the red line. So there's our first stage of the bullish indication. But if this blue line crosses back below the red line, that is the sell signal on the downtrend for the Ichimoku Cloud. That is it right there. So coming into the cloud and then failing is the sell signal on the downtrend. We're making a 1, 2, 3 top formation with exhaustion wick candles going on here. So this is a bearish signal setting up on breaks lower from here. Let's zoom into the 4-hour time frame because the 4-hour will give it to us. This blue will cross below the red and we're going to start coming down through this cloud, and no doubting it, this is going to twist to the negative, and that will be a sell signal as we're coming down from here. So even if it's breaking above from this, like we've already had the buy signal, so okay, but I'm still skeptical. Now in the MACD indicator, here again, we are almost having our weekly 60-20 moving averages cross. Our histograms are holding steady, so we're losing downward pressure. At least it's holding sideways in the histograms there. Go into the daily time frame, and hey, they bounced up from here. So we did get that cross of the daily. So this is the important one, and this is the important one. So we're not done yet. This could oscillate yet. We could still have some wild crosses back and forth with this. As we're zooming in, we should get more detail. On the 12-hour time frame, yeah, if this eases off and crosses while we're dropping down, that's confirming a sell signal. And of course, the Ichimoku is going to go along with us. The 4-hour time frame is already giving us a bearish divergence here with a negative cross, and then this is kind of flaring wider. Those histograms are growing, which is more negative pressure that you can't see by looking at it. But this is starting to show that weakness underneath on the 4-hour time frame. The weekly view of the Bollinger Bands is where I put a lot of weight right now because of this huge weekly mean reversion when we came outside of the third standard deviation. And it became really important when I look back through all of the charts, and the only other time that we see prices having gone through that kind of mean reversion onto the third standard deviation is right there. That's the only other time in the weekly Bollinger Band did we ever go through those, and those are all solid bottoms. Solid bottoms and huge sideways. Look at this huge sideways. What was this? 2015 until 2016 until really a long time here. We have 18 months of sideways to go in Bitcoin if that's the case. And with the world's economy, it could be the case that we have 18 months of sideways crap to go through here now. But I do think this is a real bottom. Let's zoom in now to see what we can get a perspective on this. Because my eye sees it as a flag that even if it's breaking out from these levels, my eye sees this as a flag that even if we're breaking out from these levels, it's still not strong. It still needs to be a larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation to have the strength to turn this around. It needs some support underneath here. So let's zoom in now and see what we're doing. On the 12-hour time frame, I'm actually watching right now for a mean reversion. I'm watching for this to come up into these ranges, and that's where the mean reversion will actually happen, right in those ranges. And at this time frame, we can see that the band has narrowed right down, absolutely narrowed down to a really big move coming. I don't know what it is, but I'm anticipating, first of all, it's going to be up to the top side to wreck everybody and then down to the bottom side here. I don't know. We'll have to see, because if it starts to fall and get some momentum, it could just straight come down and retest these levels. Let's zoom into the 1-hour time frame and see what it says. Sideways here now, it's not giving me any kind of information. At these most close levels, we could watch and combine this with our on-balance volume, combine it with the longer time frames to make some decisions. But for the most part, I am mostly in Bitcoin now and waiting for the altcoins to pan out. As you know, Bitcoin dominance will show us generally if dominance is rising, altcoins are suffering. If dominance is dropping, altcoins are doing well. But the bull market watch will break that down and show us exactly which coins are doing the best, which coins are moving first, which coins are setting up to move, and which coins we should probably avoid. And the bull market watch has proven itself to be fantastic. It got us into these coins back in January when they were first starting out. You can see here January 15th, we're into Kyber Network Token. We were into IOTA. We were into Litecoin and Lisk way back when this was first starting out. Back in February 5th, we started to get into more coins. The bull market watch system showed us which markets were the ones to get into, and it took care of getting us out of the markets that they came along, but they were kind of weak. So it really turned out well. The trouble with it is it took a lot of work because we're expecting that the bull market is going to be taking off. So we're establishing our positions, but poof, within a very short time frame, we had to unwind our positions and close our positions, or we're holding the bag. So if you got into these coins and you didn't sell out at the right time because it's just so much work getting back and forth, what we've done is put together an automated version of the bull market watch. It is designed to be a very diversified portfolio across pretty much everything on Binance. We're at about 100 coins out of 170 right now and expanding. And we've already started. You can see here that over on Signally, we've organized this bot. So you can learn about the bull market watch diversified Binance high cap by clicking on the link down below, and it'll take you to the tutorial page that I've put together. You'll also find some videos that go through each of these different markets and explain exactly what we're doing for each of these coins. You can see here that we have the bull market watch diversified low cap coins as well, and we're starting off with trading in these as well as the signals come through. You can learn more about the bull market watch and the spreadsheet and our bot over at the website intro-to-cryptos.ca. Some phenomenal development going on. And so, in conclusion, I should say that I am mostly in Bitcoin because of this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. I'm not in stable coins, and no intention to go back into stablecoin right now. I'm mostly in Bitcoin, but I'm anticipating that the altcoin season is about to start and that Bitcoin dominance is going to be dropping from where we are. So Bitcoin dominance, if we go back into a daily time frame and we look back at where this is poking above this support and resistance from the past, I believe this is the end of Bitcoin dominance run up, and that from this top formation, altcoins are going to be gaining their market share back again. So in the short term, I expect there's going to be some volatility. I am looking to play a mean reversion short signal on this trade as it comes up to these levels. And you can join us over on our Discord chat because I'll be talking my way through this so long as I'm awake when it happens. And I will trade it manually as it comes up and does what I'm expecting it to do. So I teach everything that I'm doing on this Bollinger Band mean reversion. Come over to our Discord chat. You can follow it through all the way along and help me out if I'm doing something wrong that you don't do in the Bollinger Bands. And if you're new to Bollinger Bands, maybe you could write down the steps that I'm doing and practice this yourself. Now, that's it for this video. I'm going to head back to our Discord chat and catch up with everybody on what's going on with these altcoins. I'm working like crazy setting up everybody who is in the pro alerts so that you have access to this bot before the bull market starts off, so that everything is automated. We have this entire machine working for us. Good luck. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay profitable. Protect yourself from losses. Bye for now.